of our program, which we call Marriage and Family Life as a Means of Evangelization. Marriage and family life can be a means of evangelization because of the sanctifying role it plays as we live it in the way we are supposed to do. When we live our marriage and family life in the way that the church is teaching us, we are sanctified every moment. So, because that is possible, because we have truly understood marriage and family life as a covenant relationship with God. When you say that life as a way of managing your relationship with God, and it's a matter of you and God, then, and your spouse. In the paper here, I said from the beginning of this course, under the introduction and the entire training program, we have been reminded again and again of the presence of grace in every marriage. The lessons that brought us to this conclusion is the fact that marriage is a covenant. It is a vocation. By calling it a vocation, a way by which the two of you have decided to yield or to answer the call of God, which means you see yourself as God's own minister, and it is a communion of love with God and with one another. When you commune with God, whatever you do with your wife, with your husband, is a way of managing your communion with God and with each other. We have also learned in the course of this training that in marriage, every man and every woman has become a gift of grace to each other. When you manage yourself that way, that I'm a gift of heaven, I'm a gift of God to this man, to this woman, and you act as such, you are sanctifying yourself and you're also sanctifying your spouse. To also know that couples have become, each of them, a servant or a minister of God's love to each other. Therefore, as angels of God's love to each other, all you do together and all you do with each other bring about the sanctification of your souls. This is so because all you have done for each other have been done in view of God and in view of love giving, which is unselfish but self-offering. Amen? That's why St. John Paul II says, marriage is therefore a path to holiness and a means of sanctification. So when you are conscious of all this man, this woman that I've been living with for 5, 10, 15 years, for more than that, some are already more than 40 years, still living that way, why am I doing this? Why should I continue to do it? You now know that it's a means of sanctifying yourself. I have to take care of her, I have to take care of him. Each time I do that, I'm becoming, saving my soul. I am saving my soul because I'm getting sanctified. So the first point now, ways by which marriage and family life becomes a means of sanctification. First, commitment of faith. Husband and wife with every child in the family, each of them sanctifies himself or herself through the conviction and commitment to serve God in each other as a member of the same family in the spirit of love and self-offering. The first emphasis here is not about the good that we do, but the intention and the reason for doing the good. Here, faith in God is the intention for doing that, and love for God is the motivation. The sacrifice of faith done in love for God brings sanctification to souls. And so the words of Jesus Christ fill the heart of the one who serves for the consideration of faith in God's love. Yet, not what I will, but what you will. Jesus is talking about God. You know, marriage can be like that too. Jesus is saying that, God, if it is possible, let this cup pass me by. But not what I will, but what you will. The same way too, there are times you just find yourself too in your marriage like that. God, if it's for me, I will leave this marriage. But because it is your will, may your will be done. And clap yourselves, clap yourselves. All of you, clap yourselves. Clap for yourselves now. Because at one time or the other, you will find yourself that way. That continuing in this marriage is like going to the cross, like Jesus. It's painful, but then it will bring glory because you are getting sanctified. It's sanctifying you. It is saving your soul. It is purifying you. It's the way to holiness. Husband and wife are the first to communicate their faith to their children and to educate them. The family is the domestic church. That is according to the Vatican II. Also, Vatican II in Lumen Gentium says, in it, parents should, by their words and examples, be the first preachers of faith to their children. These are the works of faith, through which husband and wife, by training and educating their children in faith, are sanctified in their marriage and family life. So, your marriage is an act of faith. That's the summary of what I'm trying to say there. Don't tell anybody I'm in this marriage because I've declared myself for God. This is my way of just serving my God. So your marriage and your Christian life cannot be separated. It's part of your faith to marry well. It's just part of your faith as a Christian husband, a Christian wife. It's part and parcel of your faith to care for your wife, to love your wife, to love your husband, to care for your husband, to care for your wife. Anything short of that will not get you sanctified. Like say, you just try to love your wife so that he will not poison you. So I'm just loving her because they say women are dangerous. Have you? So I'm taking good care of her because I don't want her to kill me. Have you? So say, men are terrible. They are terrible. I'm just doing this thing I'm doing for him so that I will not go and marry another woman outside. You see your intention now. So sanctification may not take place if the reason you are doing the good you are doing for your husband is for motive that is not really directed to God. So focus God. When you focus God in your marriage, you'll be sanctified. And you can really tell others, you can train other people to look at Jesus on the cross the author and the finisher of our faith. Say you have not really endured any temptation up to the point of shedding your blood. So ká wo Jésù aláṣepé ìgbàgbọ́ wa, ẹni tó torí ògo tó wà níwájú tó fara da ìyà, ẹni jìyà o, ìgbéyàwó yín kò ní já sí ìyà fún yín o, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ bá ń ṣe, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ bá ń faradà, ẹ máa gbà á nítorí ti Olúwa. Tẹ́ bá ṣe nítorí ti Olúwa, a sọ yín di mímọ́, a sọ yín di mímọ́. Ohun tá a dẹ̀ ń fẹ́ náà nìyẹn, pé ká di mímọ́ pẹ̀lú ohun tá ń fi ayé wa ṣe. Commitment of hope. Marriage sanctifies and purifies through the hope and trust that God, who is being served in marriage, will bring reward. Amen? And so, since one does not hope for the reward of his commitment in marriage, in family, and in his members, the soul is sanctified. Hope sanctifies in the way our faith also sanctifies. The psalmist says, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." And so everybody in the marriage looks to God for help. And this intention sanctifies and purifies the heart. It is in him that we hope, and hope for survival, for success in our struggle, to have a peaceful and successful marriage and family life is in God. Some boast of chariots, some of horses, but our boast is in the name of the Lord, our God. This gesture of trustful dependence on God brings sanctification to our souls. You know, when I talk about this, it's in two ways. First, in the way that it helps you to endure the challenges you will face, and in the way that also helps you to know that help will come from God. This boy did not do this thing well. Oh, what is this? Same thing. So, glory to Jesus. So, we are sanctified based on the hope that we place in God. That how are we going to make it in this marriage? We place our hope in God, that God himself will lead us, that it's going to become better and we are going to really have success. We put our hope in God. Then whatever we are going through, whatever we have, whatever we are looking for, will come from God. And that why I'm doing what I'm doing is not because of so that my husband may really bless me with something, reward from him. Rather doing it more because of my conviction that I have to serve God in him. I have to serve God in her. And I sincerely look up to God to grant me reward for whatever I'm doing. Well, some people, they just said, this woman never shows gratitude for all I've been doing for her. This man is very, ungrateful. He is an ingrate. He never shows appreciation, gratitude for whatever I'm doing for her. even I know the way I'm continuing. If I die because of her, he will still say I'm not doing anything. If I die because of him, he will still say I'm not doing anything. So let me kuku leave the marriage. No. To say somebody is showing gratitude for you in the marriage, most probably your wife, you are simply not facing the reality of what God intends marriage to be. So, marriage is a workshop of God. So, in that marriage, in the family, the one you are working for is who? Is who? Is who? You're like me now. Just say, I'm in Samaria, CWO, CMO, the youth. What are they doing for me? Even if I kill myself because of them, they will still say, that father is not doing anything. Abi? Say, these people, do they really appreciate what I'm doing? Eh? Do they really appreciate what I'm doing? And I keep looking at the people that say, December time, how many families are bringing me things? You people from other places are sending things to me. I say, these people, a priest should not think like that. If a priest is thinking like that, he will ruin his priesthood. You understand? And each time I talk to you, I put you on the same level with myself. So that you don't be saying me that say this father isn't even married. It's only a married person should be telling us all this. But when I compare my own ministry too, because you two, you are in the ministry. To be married is a ministry. I hope you know that. I keep telling you that again and again. It's a ministry. So to be a man, to be a husband, I've told you it's not an honorary title. Abi? To be a wife, it's a divine assignment, divine ministry. It's a ministry. Nobody can honor anybody with the title of a wife, the title of a husband. So this person, we love him more, but we know he's not married. Let us honor him. We want to give him honorary title of a husband. From today, you are now a husband. Everybody say, husband, though, Mr. Wilson, husband, though. Then one day, he will tell himself, if people are fooling me, I should not be fooling myself. Because here I am, I don't have any wife, and they said they honor me with the title of a husband. So just having title without responsibility. So you have the responsibility and you have the tasks. Then you have the challenges. Then you have to carry the cross. And when you do that for the right purpose, for the right intention, for the Lord, you are sanctified. So for me now, I don't look at anybody. I look at Jesus, I look at the blessed sacrament, I do everything, say I'm doing everything for Jesus. Even when I'm upstairs and Baba àti Ọláwúní, I say, Baba, ẹjọ́ afẹ́ rí mo rẹ̀ fẹ́ sùn ni o, I want you to rest a little bit, just a bit of, take a snap. I say, ṣé ní sẹ́yìn? Yes. Okay, I'm coming. It's not easy. And not just one, many calls too. Some calls will just come when you are even thinking about something very challenging. Some calls will just come like that, say, do I pick this call? But you already know what the person is going to talk about. Okay, good morning, ma. But something is burning me inside. Okay, ma, you want me? Okay, one time, but we are human beings. So what you are going through is known to God. But when you put your hope in God to supply you the strength, you depend on God, you look up to Him, and you are also expecting Him to bring blessings from heaven to you. That's why I say our help is in the name of the Lord who made it. So God Himself will bring you the reward for your labor in this marriage. You will not labor in vain. And the reward you get is the sanctification of your soul. Then the last point is the commitment of love. Commitment of love sanctifies couples in their marriage. God is love. 1 John 4:8. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Remain in my love. John 15 verse 9. John 15 verse 9. As the Father has sent me, so I am sending you. So you are a minister of Jesus Christ in this marriage. You are a minister of Jesus Christ in this marriage. Ẹ jẹ́ òjíṣẹ́ Jésù nínú ìgbéyàwó yín, kí ẹ sì dúró nínú ìfẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Olúwa. So ìgbà tẹ́ bá ti fi ìfẹ́ tẹ́ fi ṣe iṣẹ́ yín náà ni ẹ ti dàbí Jésù, ẹ sì di ẹni ìgbàlà. Àwọn nǹkan gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe nítorí ìfẹ́ ó ti yà yín sí mímọ́. Every act of love sanctifies, purifies. Every man and woman who has taken the vow of love, or who have taken vow in his or her marriage, has taken the vow of love. And the vow is to serve Jesus in love, in each other. And this makes every act bring sanctification to them. This is connected to what Jesus says in Matthew 25 verse 40. Whenever you do this to the least of my brothers, you do it to me. You see? Open your eyes, the eyes of your soul, of your spirit. From the day one of this training, we have been asking you to have, attitude of seeing Jesus in your spouse. Train yourself to see Jesus in your spouse. Àti ní kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀mí ara yín láti rí Jésù nínú ìyàwó àti nínú ọkọ. Tẹ́ bá ṣe èyí fún ọmọ ẹnìkejì mi ni ẹ ṣe fún. Ní ọjọ́ ìkẹyìn níwájú Jésù, ẹ ti gbà wípé ẹ ti má rìn gbà yẹn. Amen. Concept of marriage àti kúrò ní máìndì yín, àbí? Torí pé a ti dé ọ̀run, àbí? Àti máa rún ẹ̀mí gbà yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ wà Jésù wá gbé síwájú yín, ẹ máa rántí pé àwòtọ́ ni o. Mo má rí ìgbà tí mo wà láyé pé nígbà tí mo jẹ́ ìyàwó ẹ ó sì ń pa mí lẹ́kún, nígbà tí mo jẹ́ ọkọ ẹ ó sì jẹ́ kí ayé sún mi, ó fi ayé sún mi, ó jẹ́ kí n gbádùn ayé òun gangan. Jésù náà bọ́ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn a máa sojú bí ojú aláàánú, àánú ẹ̀ a máa ṣe yín, àbí? A sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́mi náà, àbí? Ìwà pátá ìlàgbúrò try, àbí? Pé nígbàtí o jẹ́ fada ní Paris, àbí? Tí mo wá tọrọ nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sí ló rojú kókó. Ọ̀ tó gbé ẹ tilẹ̀kùn, ó yẹ sílẹ̀kùn, ara ìtí mi ò fi tilẹ̀kùn nìyẹn. Amen. Gbogbo ẹni máa ń rò, ṣé mo ṣe ń kọ yìí, bí mo ṣe máa ń rò nìyẹn o. Mo ṣe máa ń rò nìyẹn wípé, like ní àná báyìí, ọlọ́run kọ́nà gbọ́ alọ́wọ́ ni ẹ̀. One lady came yesterday, and she was greeting me. She was smiling. But I have so many things on my head. Things I have to do that the time was too short. She was smiling. I said, "This one." I said, "What is the problem?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Yes." She was greeting me, smiling. I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, what do you want?" Say, "Let's talk here." Say, "Father, let's go to your office." Say, "Go to my office." I said, "Okay." Be in the chapel first. Some people are waiting for me in the church because I was doing recording. I've been sending something now on status every day, doing recording and writing something. So I have to attend some people in the church for counseling. Say, if you can wait, I have to attend to some people in the church. And she waited. I was actually thinking she came to beg for money because they use different styles. If somebody you don't know be smiling, smiling. I mean, I just okay. And later I will say, Father, since 3 days ago I've not eaten. So and all those stories I've heard them again and again. But but then I listen to this lady. Something else completely. It's about a marriage that somebody asked her to come to me. So that's why all of us will have to be very careful. Priests and you people too. Abi? And sometimes your wife wants to tell you something new she has never told you before. And you'll be thinking the same thing she wants to tell you. Pé kí ló tún fẹ́ sọ? Ṣé bí kò tún sọ tipẹ́tipẹ́ náà tún fẹ́ sọ? Pé wo èmi ò ní dàbí yẹn o, ìwé dàbí yẹn o, tí máa dé, tí máa dé, tí máa dé, tí máa dé, mo ti fi òun lọ ìmọ̀ àti ẹ̀kọ́ lọ náà máa kọ́ dé náà. Kí ló tún fẹ́ sọ? Pé kí ló tún fẹ́ sọ? Kí ló tún fẹ́ sọ? Kí tún ni? Tí máa dé náà, tí máa dé, wàhálà ẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù. Mo lọ ní tèmi yára, ó lè fi wàhálà pààyàn. Àyàn á kàn kú ni. Ṣé mi kan mo níyàwó láyé ni? Ṣé mi kan mo lọ́kọ ni? Ó ti gbé wàhálà ẹ̀dẹ́ nìyẹn. Gbé nǹkan báwọn yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tó wá tẹ́tí sí, wà pé it's a different thing entirely. Sorry o, mi ò mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn. Wàá lè sọ pé sorry o, mi ò mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn. So in conclusion, let us continue to carry this cross for Jesus. So in each other, Jesus is waiting to be loved. Jesus is waiting to be cared for, and that's the means by which we are sanctified, by which we are purified. Marriage and family life is a product of the sacrament of matrimony, which is the sacrament of Christian ministry. That is sacrament of service, a service of communion, which naturally leads to sanctification once it is done and practiced with the right intentions of serving the Lord in each other. God bless His word in your heart. Amen.
Glory to Jesus. Glory to Jesus. We thank the Lord for the life of our great Father, and we have been able to show us ways which marriage